Hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Haley, nutritionist and weight loss expert, and today we're going to totally focus on the holidays so that you can wake up on January 2nd and feel really confident about stepping on the scale instead of absolutely dreading it, putting it off for another month, trying to crash diet in the meantime and fix everything that you've done. Um, but first, if you are ready to move forward with your weight loss efforts, you feel stuck, frustrated, unmotivated, you've tried diets before, but you think there's something missing, like there's something deeper that's just hasn't worked yet for you, I offer free nutrition consultations where I provide you a roadmap for weight loss success. So during the call, I'm going to tell you this is what you're being challenged by, and this is how you can actually move forward and start losing weight. So those are super valuable calls. Everyone who does them transformation and gets to walk away with the knowledge of why they feel stuck and unmotivated, what they can do to actually start losing weight in a productive way, in a way that isn't diet or restriction. So you can book that call at basicallyitmeals.com, and I'll put the link in the show notes. But go book that now. I have it open until the first of the year. So there's no reason to wait until the holidays are over. Like, do it now. Okay, so the holidays can totally derail any weight loss progress that you have made, or just if even if you're not trying to lose weight. I've had clients who like gain 20 pounds through the holidays. Not clients, they come to me after the holidays and they're like, I gained 20 pounds during the holidays. My clients lose weight during the holidays. Um, but this idea that it's like, 2.5 months free for all eating does not serve you. So we're going to talk about different ways to think about this and how to actually structure your holidays so you can feel confident. Um, and then we can often get into this loop of overeating and then feeling so guilty that we overate that we eat in order to not feel guilty. And so we get stuck in this cycle of eating, and it can be really detrimental. Um, but of course, like the holidays, there's going to be, not actually 2 months of eating. It's only a couple of actual days, but there's parties. The grocery stores are filled with things. So there's a lot of temptation happening. And I want you to feel like you're in control. That's what we all really want, is to feel in control around food. To be able to indulge, to be able to go to a party, have an indulgence, really enjoy it, not overdo it, not obsess about the fact that you had it or the fact that you're going to have it, to just enjoy it in that moment and to be able to walk away and be done and not think about it. And that is possible. So I used to have a love-hate relationship with the holidays. It used to be like, I'm so excited about all the food that's going to be there, but I'm also so worried. I'm also actually freaking out that I'm going to overeat and, I'm going to blow it. And then I would overeat. I would try to fix it with restriction, which I also didn't want to do during the holidays. Like I did want to enjoy the thing. So it was this vicious cycle of overeating, trying to restrict and fix it, and then that didn't work. And so now I got to beat myself up over that and like eat again. It was just a nightmare. But now the holidays for me, now they're exciting, but the food isn't the focus of my excitement. I'm more excited about seeing family and friends, having a little bit of extra time off work, having like cozy nights in front of the fire. Like that's what I get excited about. I'm not excited about the food so much. I don't really even think about it until it's like right in front of me. Obviously, I'm thinking about it right now because we're talking about it, but I don't sit around obsessing over it. I don't think about what am I going to eat and put on my plate and how much am I going to have and will I need to cut myself off or how am I not going to overdo it or what desserts are going to be there and which ones am I going to have or am I going to have all? None of that. Like that doesn't cross my mind at all. I'm excited to see my family. I'm excited to see like I already said that. But that's what is on my mind. And what I really think about it is the food's going to be good in the moment when I'm having it and that'll be great. But I'm not going to think about it otherwise and there's no reason for it to be on my mind. I'm not worried about it. I'm not I'm not doubtful that I'll like overdo it. It doesn't cross my mind. I know with 100% certainty I'm going to have a couple of indulgences when I go to a holiday party or when it's an actual holiday. I know that. But I'm going to enjoy them and then I'm going to be done. And I don't have to think about it. And I'm not going to be worried or doubtful on January 2nd at all. I know 100% what the scale is going to say on January 2nd. So for you, you need to decide what is success for you during the holidays. In order to succeed, you need to make that decision ahead of time. Are you going to gain weight? Are you going to lose weight? Or are you going to maintain your weight? You have a choice and you get to decide. If you like your schedule is packed with parties and there's going to be tons of indulgences or there's tons of special things that you want to enjoy this holiday season, maybe you just say, like, I am going to gain 3 pounds this holiday season. And that's fine. I know how to lose weight. I know how to take it right back off. It's not that big of a deal. But you get to decide. You get to make that decision. And make that decision. Don't just leave it up in the air. When you make a conscious decision, now you're putting awareness around it and towards that goal so that you can actually achieve that. And you can actually look forward to January 2nd and say, this is how my holidays are going to look and what this is going to say on January 2nd. So what do you want to reflect on January 2nd? Like if you jump to January 2nd and you look back at the holidays, and I want you to do this like right now. So jump to January 2nd and you're looking back at the holidays, thinking about the holiday season. What made it great? What did you really love about it? So here are some prompts that you can kind of use for yourself. But this is for you to decide. This is going to help you figure out what's going to make this a success for you, what you actually want out of the season. So I had some cookies, but I never felt regret or guilt because I overate them. I was really present with my family during our gatherings. I got to see a bunch of friends that I don't normally see. But I was focused on my friends and not on the food or beating myself up the next day because of the food. I didn't feel worried in between or leading up to holiday gatherings. I was calm. I was confident. I felt in control of parties. I felt freedom around food. I was confident stepping on the scale each day. I was excited to get dressed for parties. I was excited to be seen dressed for parties. Those are things like I want you to think about. Like, what is the impact of this holiday season for you outside of eating and food? So, how can you make it successful? Based on what you want your weight to do, create your success plan. Instead of just eating all of the things anytime that they're available, ask yourself which items you love and want to enjoy and which items you have been just eating because they're there, because they're at the buffet, because it's part of the holiday season, but you don't actually like it. And if you really think about it, you can completely skip it altogether. For me, I like chocolate chip cookies, but I can pretty much skip every other dessert. I like this one dip that my aunt makes, but every other appetizer, other than a little cheese and crackers, I can pass on. I enjoy having wine, but I don't like having wine and dessert. So if I'm going to a party and I know I'm having wine, I'm not having dessert. If I'm going to a party and I'm having dessert, I'm probably not going to have wine. So I think through those kind of things for me, that makes me feel really good. I walk into that situation, I know exactly what I'm having and how it's going to feel for me physically in my body. And I get to make that choice really, really easily from that place of having thought about it. And everything else, every other indulgence, I can skip pretty easily. A lot of the stuff that's on the buffet line doesn't really get me that excited when I started actually doing this for myself and thinking about it for myself. So I want you to sit down and kind of mentally go through like what you're going to see, what you're going to run into, which items do you actually enjoy that are worth it for you? Because that list, when you start thinking about this, is actually probably pretty small. I did this training with my clients. It was planning for the holidays. And they all did this exercise And their lists are as short as mine when they actually started thinking about it. There aren't that many things that we really like and we really want to enjoy. So think about that yourself. Pen and paper and through that exercise. And lastly, make a daily plan. This is so helpful. What does your week look like for parties, for gatherings, for special events? Um, which ones of those are you going to be indulging at? What are you going to have and how much? And how are you going to adjust the rest of your days during the week so that you can enjoy that indulgence and not be fueling more than your body actually needs? So this is kind of like looking at picking out your indulgences first and saying, these are the things that are going on my calendar. And then how will I adjust the rest of my week around those indulgences so that I feel physically good? I still have the energy that I want. I'm not packing on the pounds. I still get to be where I want weight wise. This is such a wonderful way to enjoy those indulgences, to feel in control with those indulgences and not have it affect your weight because you're planning those ahead of time and then you're tweaking the rest of your days and the rest of your week so they can fit in. Um, so I have a note in here like, what days will I stick with just clean items, clean food items? I'm not going to have any indulgences. Um, what items, this is a good one to think about. What items are just around all the time? They're in my house, they're at the office, they're always there. And how do I want to think about them? So if there's always cookies in your house during the holiday season, but like I don't want to be eating these every single day. That doesn't isn't going to align with how I want to feel. It's not going to align with my weight goal. How do you want to think about that? I used to think I'm scared, I'm going to eat it because it's there. Versus now, I think I'm in control and I'm choosing not to have that thing today. Oh, great. I forgot to silence my phone. Okay. Do you have a plan for and how will like let's go eat something and you haven't planned to have that thing, how are you going to handle it in the moment? And I always put my clients through this. I'm like, tell me how you're preparing for that moment because it is going to happen. Just because you say you're not having it today doesn't mean your brain's not going to decide that you should have it. And a lot of times when our brain starts talking to us, go eat the food, get a snack, you deserve it, all of the things, we either freak out and say like, oh my God, go away, which makes it even more difficult to not eat the thing. Or we just say, yeah, I am going to have it. Yep, that's a great idea. And we end up like finding ourselves constantly self-sabotaging. So make a plan. How am I going to handle it when my brain starts saying like, well, there's cookies in the house. Just eat the cookies. You need to have a plan. Prepare for that. What are you going to do? And I'll just give you a hint. Resisting it, trying to shut it down, arguing with it, none of those work. Substituting, this is the one I hear all the time and I drives me crazy. Substitutions don't work. Having healthy cookies around your house doesn't make your brain stop telling you to eat cookies. Doesn't help. So you need to make a plan for yourself. How are you going to handle it? With calm, with confidence? Those are my suggestions. By the way, I teach my clients a lovely 5-step process that gets them right through those types of cravings and has them completely not want to eat the food at all. And it works like a charm. I use it all the time, and my clients use it all the time. So Handling it with confidence versus handling it with fear, worry, and doubt, those are completely different things. All right, that's what I've got for you on today's podcast. Again, go book your free nutrition consultation. You're going to walk away with a roadmap for losing weight, for feeling amazing on January 2nd. It's totally worth 30 minutes of your time. All you have to do is go to basicallyitmeals.com. I'll put the link here and book now. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.